Hello, hello.
Hey, the first one. Hello, good morning.
Hey, welcome back.
You.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Cool. So welcome everyone. This is 4th of October. This is our APAC EMEA timed call. I should add into the announcement. We have Family and Friends Day is officially on Friday. If you want to take a different day, then that's also fine. Just update and add into time off by deal. If you have any other time off coming up, please also mention in the upcoming out of office things at the top of this page so that we can share that. Actually, that reminds me, something I did think of, Michele, while you were out. Did you ever figure out the steps needed to make time off by deal show your time off in the delivery group calendar? Do we have those steps somewhere?
My personal one, I did it. It was showing up. I don't know if something changed right now.
Because I know some people's do and some people's don't. So there's a setting somewhere.
I think it is just a setting in time of by deal, like add another calendar or something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's just on Slack. Yeah, I can check quickly right now just to confirm.
Yeah, that would be super. Because that would be a really good one if we could get everybody in delivery group to go through and check they have that setting. And then I think that also really helps like with visibility.
Yeah, I think there's something called additional calendars to include, and you just add our delivery one. Yeah.
Super. Okay,
I think this
cool.
is something that we are running around that since like 1 year. Every time, sometimes someone is missing, and then we go back to that and everything, and we still didn't manage to get everybody on that.
Exactly, that's it. Exactly. Well, let me take an action, and I will write some steps down somewhere, and then we can check who currently has visibility and who doesn't, and we can get those all ticked off.
Awesome. I think there's a page in the handbook or somewhere that details how to add calendars.
Nice.
Yeah, it's this one. I found it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
One thing about calendar. I found very useful to use clockwise. And we have a few people actually, we have a clockwise delivery group and few people actually participating in this. I always trying to, when I organize meetings with someone or one-on-ones, I always trying to send invite to this group. Sometimes I got accepted my invites, sometimes not, but it's not like a super necessary or something, but it would be nice to have as much people in the clockwise as we can, because it's super useful to organize those the meeting with clockwise, because you just click and it will find the proper time for you. So it's just super useful. I found it very, very nice. So if I encourage everyone to join our clockwise group on delivery group.
I'm going to add a counter to that, which I use clockwise, but I would strongly say to people, like, do what works for you. I only use clockwise because it books lunch. I don't let it move any of my meetings. That is chaos for me. I hate the way it schedules my meetings. So I don't use it for what it's meant to be used for. But, you know, like, I know that some people do. So don't feel you have to do it.
If you, if you are using clockwise, it's probably worth to join delivery group, delivery kind of the calendar clockwise group, because then it's gonna bring us the value of adding the organizing the meetings with you, even if you don't use clockwise for that.
But I mean, you can do the same with Google Calendar alone. You just, if you put the name of the people you want to meet to, it just show you the availability together, and there's a find time button. Because I have the same problem with EMEA. I've been using Clockwise and I was really terrified by my calendar changing constantly, and so I ended up just stopping using it because I started hating as much as I can. And for booking lunches and things like that, these things are available in I mean, basically the Google Calendar started copying all the features one by one, so they are all available on the native client.
And I'm using Reclaim, so it would be another tool to do the same thing. I will need to switch again. So it's madness for me. Sorry. And
so
I use the same.
Summarize this as it is definitely worth having some stuff that helps you organize your day. I think that's really important. And there are different tools in Google, Clockwise, Reclaim. Figure out which one works well for you so that you actually, can easily schedule meetings when you need them, but you could also block time as well so you can do other things. I think it's probably a summary of this discussion. Cool. C was the item I wanted to just mention and see if anyone had any questions. You may not have watched any of these things, and that's also fine. But just to share that the agendas, which have the notes and follow-up actions, and also the recordings from last week's infra and quality offsite, are all available via this issue. There were a number of sessions. Some of them don't impact our day-to-day work at all. You may just be interested. There was some stuff around GCP and FedRAMP, but there was some stuff about DR and various other sessions. And there was one session about cells, and there was one session about architectural workflow. So again, no specific actions or changes for us right now, but they are most likely the two I think that will probably fit in more with our work in the future. Did anybody already have any questions, either about any specific sections or topics, or about the offsite in general?
Sorry, which two were you talking about? One is cells and the other?
Cells is architecture and architectural workflow. Sorry, there's probably like a comma in here. Let me see what it's actually called.
I think it's architecture evolution.
Architectural workflow is session number 3.
No.
Nope. Okay, cool. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask either in your one-to-ones, in our Slack channel, or in another episode of Delivery Weekly. There will also be, I don't know what the agenda is for this, there is an engineering offsite next week. So probably similar styles of sessions, but at the engineering level rather than the department level. So there may be some interesting things that come from that as well. And then reliability are also planning a reliability offsite, which will take place, perhaps it's the week after, it's sometime in October. That one, again, will be more of an FYI. There'll be nothing that will specifically change our work, but could be interesting to see some of their topics. The most likely ones there that will be relevant to us could be things around changing around incidents or on-call or like incident reviews, or those sorts of topics may be interesting for us. Are there any other discussion items people want to mention? Nope. Okay, I'll stop the recording.